Hello, 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 everybody. Hi. So my name is E. This is Creations Paint Party, and we're doing Wisteria Paris. Oh yeah. So somebody asked me to paint Wisteria, and of course I just can't do that. So we're doing this amazing picture tonight. So let me know if you're painting with me tonight. Let me know if anyone's painting with me tonight. Let me know if you're new to the fam. Right, 6,000%. We gotta give props to you know who. Yes, we do. Say hi to your fans, Butters. Hey, Butters. Say hi to your fans. You want to brush teeth? Oh, you want to brush teeth? Come here, buddy. Oh, yeah. You know what that's all about. Here you go, sweetheart. There it is. We got to make sure his toothers stay pearly white, right? Let me show you my handy dandy table. So we have every brush tonight, like every brush. We got Big Boy, he's a 1-inch flat. We have Mini Me, he's a small shader. He looks just like Big Boy, except he's small. We have Mr. Nifty in the house. He doesn't like the water. We have every single size. Fluffy. Oh yeah, so beat up stiff bristled brush. Nice and fluffy. Okay, and then of course we have Tiny in the house also. When you clean your brushes, you want to swirl, you want to tap, you want to dab on your paper towel, and you want to make sure you're going in the shape of your bristles. So, colors, every single party, same colors. White, yellow, red, blue, black, and I've got my soda already. I think I've had enough coffee. We'll see what happens. Hello. Oh. Let me switch that back. Now you're looking at my shelf. Hello, Sheila. How you doing, sweetheart? We got Susie in the house. Susie, thank you so much for the stars. And Tina B is hanging out with us tonight. Hello, sweetheart. Kel is with us. Kel, you got to let me know how that baby must be huge by now. Hannah's baby. Cindy's hanging out with us. Hello, doll. How y'all doing? And I'm going to put you guys in your handy dandy holder so you can get a good look at what's going on. Yolanda's here. Now I got to walk back and write like Yolanda's name down. Because you guys know how much I like to do roll call. Oh, yeah. Marcia. Alright, I'm just going to stay here for a second. Carolyn is here. Hello, Carolyn. How you doing, lovey? Helen's watching tonight. We got a watcher. That's right. Watching is fine. Watching is totally acceptable. 6,000%. Is my camera smudgy? Yeah, it's a little bit better, right? A little smudgy's going on. Sheila's doing great. You're painting on paper tonight? I love it. I love it. Paint on whatever you want to paint on. It's all good, right? That's all good. So, I'm going to put you guys in your handy dandy holder. And, you know, just a few things. I got to move my, here we go. Got to move you back a little bit. Back it up. Back it up. So, I'm working on a 16 by 20. It's 16 this way, 20 straight up and down. And, if you're working on something different, that's fine. As long as you're in the general area of your canvas, you're going to be great. No worries. No worries. I can't show you both at once, so if you need a reference, take a screenshot. 6,000%. Also, think to yourself, you know, what do I want my buildings to be? What colors do I want my buildings to be? What colors do I want my flowers to be? Right? So all these choices you guys get to make. You know, you don't have to do... I totally support going rogue. Go rogue, go rogue, go rogue. You get to see the baby in 2 weeks? Oh, that's awesome. That baby must be huge by now. Well, tell Hannah and Dustin that I said hi, because I know Hannah loved painting and Dustin was a trip. So, oh, that reminds me. All my videos are kid friendly, so I'm going to try to watch this thing. You guys try to watch your comments, and stars is enabled. It's a way to send support. They're a penny each. I also have my PayPal link up there. So if you see stars and links and whatnot, that's what it's all about. All right? And if you do send me support, and it's over $3, free, make sure I get your address, because you get Mr. Nifty's. Oh, yeah. Everybody needs a Mr. Nifty in the house. Everybody needs a Nifty. All right? Nifty's going to be a household word. All right, so we're going to get started. I'm going to open my drink here. Best sound ever. Kel, that's what just made me think of it. Saying Dustin's name made me think of that. Isn't that funny? That is too funny. All right, we got lots to do tonight. So we're going to get started. 6,000%. All right, I hope you took your screenshot. I hope you got your reference. Sheila loves Mr. Nifty. Who doesn't love Mr. Nifty? Oh, it's the almighty blank canvas. It's so scary. But we're going to hit it with our almighty brushes. And we're going to be good to go. So, let me move these up a little bit. There we go. There we go. And you know, it looks tilted because you guys are down here and the canvas is up here. So that's why you're kind of getting this tilted effect. So this is actually straight up and down, like if I moved you guys up. Alright, so that's why you're getting kind of a little tilted upward effect. That's just because the camera stand is short. It's a little shorty. It's a little shorty camera stand. Alright, I'm going to swirl tap dab Big Boy. We're going to get started with Big Boy. And we have a bluish gray sky. So guess what I'm going to grab? I'm going to grab white. I'm going to grab black. And I'm going to grab some blue. Alright, and when you grab your paint, grab from the side so you don't waste your whole pile of paint. Oh, and that's really, really dark, so I got to grab some more white. 6,000%. Alright, there we go. That's a little bit better. Alright, blue, black, and white. Blue, black, and white. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy, guys. So, you're going to take this. You're going to take this lovely sky color down to about halfway. To about halfway down. Alright. No worries there. Bam. Halfway down. That's all. And if you want your sky to be more light blue, then do your sky more light blue. I did a grayish sky just because I wasn't sure what colors I was going to have, and I wanted to make sure that the purple wisteria kind of popped against it. So, you know, sometimes you got to think of those things like, you know, the sky, the background of this painting is of absolutely like no importance except to just put paint on something so it's not canvas. You know what I mean? This is like true background because no one's going to be paying attention to the sky or what color it is or anything like that. So you want to make sure that whatever you're doing for your background, for your sky, you just want to make sure that when you do your flowers, when you do your wisteria, it's going to show up against it. Alright? That's the only thing you want to pay attention to. Because if you make your sky like a purple color and you go to do the wisteria purple, you're not going to see them because it's just going to blend right into the background. So these are things you got to pay attention to as you're painting. You know, kind of get, like I said before, kind of get your colors in your head, what you're going to do everything as, 6,000%. So just a little bit of thought, just a little bit of prior thought. That's all. That's all. Just a little bit, just a smidge, You know, we don't want to think too much. Right? We don't want to be thinking too much. And when you're doing this, make sure that it's nice and loose and thin. Nice thin layer because you want this to dry so you can add all the other things on top. Because if this is wet and you go to do the other stuff, you're going to wind up with, you know, mushy mess. And we don't want no mushy messes. No, we do not. No mushy messes. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab some black paint here. And I want to put in where my road's going to be. Alright, so you turn around and you have, see how it's an angle that way? So we have our buildings here and then we have our house there. Alright, so we're going to put in this curve and this line. And then we could place everything around it. Alright, so easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Don't overthink it. Okay, it's just a line. Okay, so I'm going to come from this corner, and I'm just going to go that way. Whoop, just like that. Bam. Right? Now that wasn't hard at all, was it? Right? Seriously. Alright, so once you have that line, you're going to turn around and you're going to come down this way and you're going to do a line bending. Whoop, just like that. Just like that. Right? Easy peasy lemon squeezy. And now I'm going to take my white paint with some black and I'm going to color in just a little bit. I'm going to color this in. You could always schmooze it and fix it up later. It's, you know, you just want to get the idea of the road being in there. So, no worries there. Alright, so I just grabbed some white with my black. So it wasn't like black, 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 black. hello, Deb. Deb is a watcher tonight. That's okay, we got lots of watchers. It is all good. It is all good. Okay, so grabbing a little white with my black, putting this on there. Putting that on there. No worries. No worries. We got this. 6,000%. Okay, so once we have that, fill that in. And if you notice, I'm following the direction of the line. I'm following the direction, and I'm following the direction of the curve. Okay, so that's going to get my little brain working to where I know I'm going to be following this line and I'm going to be following this curve. Alright, so when you fill stuff in, you want to make sure that you're filling in the direction of what it is. Alright, now that I have that, I'm going to grab more white. More white. There it is. And we're going to put the sidewalk in. Now, I don't care about what's going on up here. It's going to get covered. So, oh, I need more white. My sidewalk came out kind of dark there, didn't it? Alright, let's add some more white. So now I'm putting in the sidewalk. And you want it to get skinnier as you move towards the center. I gotta wipe off Big Boy. He's holding all this dark paint in him. He was like having all this black paint still hiding in him. That's why I wasn't getting a light colored sidewalk. He was hiding all this darkness inside of him. He was being a dark soul. Alright, so shoop. And as you work your way that way, just start making this skinnier. That's all. Shoop. Just like that. I know, lots of sound effects tonight. Lots and lots and lots of sound effects tonight. So, bam. Alright. And you could, hello, Gloria. And you could always turn around and grab more black and put more road back in. If you got a little happy with your, sidewalk, you can always just grab more black and put more road in. Alright, so don't stress it. No stressing. We're not stressing a thing. We're not stressing a thing. Hello, Gloria. How you doing, sweetheart? Gloria's in the house. Sherry is here. Hello, Sherry. How you doing, honey? You're in a van coming from the Atlantic City, so Atlanta airport. Yes. Were you supposed to take a flight and it was canceled? Is that what happened? Is that what happened? We don't want that to happen. Did I miss somebody? No. I don't think so. I got Sheila, I got Deb, I got Gloria, and I got Sherry. Alright, cool beans. I'm doing okay. We're doing okay. I got some work to do tonight, though. There's a lot in this painting. So, I'm going to be moving a little quick, guys. And that's alright, because, you know, if you don't get to something, you could always watch the replay and add it in later. No worries. 6,000%. And right now, you're not worrying about anything. Right now, you're not, you don't have to worry about getting your colors right. You don't have to worry about getting your shapes perfectly done. This is layer 1, and we're just... Hi, Wendy. Hello. Welcome to the fam, Wendy. Hello, hello, hello from Arkansas. What's up, sweetheart? Everybody give Wendy a warm Eve's Creations family welcome. So right now, all we're doing is blocking in our shapes. That is all we're doing. So you don't have to stress any of this. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab white, and I'm going to grab blue, right? Because my one building is purple and my other one is blue, so I'm just going to do white and blue for now. Alright, depending on what colors you want your buildings to be, just turn around and, you know, do whatever, a base color for them. So, your next line is going to be up here, and again, you're going in that direction. So, Debbie's here. Hello, 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 Debbie. How you doing, honey? Again, you're going in that direction. So, you're going to start off here, and then you're going to go, whoop, just like that. Right? Just like that. Bam. Just like that. Alright? And you're going to color that in. You're going to color that in. We're coloring. We're coloring, right? This is so hard. We're coloring, guys. Oh, we're coloring like crazy. Yeah, so all we're doing is we're blocking in our shapes. And then this is definitely a painting that builds. It builds and builds and builds and builds and builds. So you're doing layer after layer after layer. You know, and I'm gonna show you how to do everything. I'm not gonna stick around for the 6 hours of doing all of like the layers and layers and layers and layers and layers of stuff. So, because you know that this sucker right here, whoops, this painting right here, tons and tons and tons and tons and stuff. So, I am going to show you all this stuff, and then you guys can take the time to tweak it and make it your own and do whatever fancy schmancy you want to do. Jincy's in the house. Hello, 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 Jincy. Hi, April. How you doing? Hello, 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 hello. Hi, Jincy. How you doing, sweetheart? So, that's what we're doing. All right, we got one more thing to block in, and then I'm going to give you ketchup mustard time. So, the next thing you're blocking in is the big house on the corner. All right, so I'm going to start off with white and black. Right, I'm going to make a gray. White and black. White and black. And we're going to do a line. We're going to do a line, right? We're going to do a line that's the same angle as this curve. Swoop. Just like that. Alright. Actually, that's a little too steep. I want it a little more shallow. We want it a little more shallow. Maybe like that. That'll work. Okay. And once you have that line, you're going to turn around and you're going to go, see all this mess right here? We're going to cover that now. We're going to cover that now. So we're going to go straight down, just like that, and cover all this up that we didn't know where it was going. We're going to cover all that up. Okay? And then you want to do another line at an angle. Alright, so you kind of just, you know, you can do your brush too. You can put your brush like this and then just move it up. Alright, so you kind of match the same angle. Alright, and then you're just going to color this in. You're going to color that in. And all that right here, all that going on right there, we don't even see it anymore. We're covering it up. So you didn't have to worry about where everything was meeting up, because that don't matter. It don't matter, because we already have all our stuff going to some point that's way back in there. Doing well. How am I today? You're at the park with the girls and you're hiding painted rocks. Oh my goodness, April, I love that. That is awesome. Jincy, you're doing well. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I got a show tomorrow, so, you know, gotta pack the car up and whatnot. I'm going to be in, what is it called? Is it Bradley Beach, I think? It's right by Asbury Park. So I gotta pack the car up and, you know, hopefully, one of these days I won't have to do these shows anymore. Because I don't think, being outside really isn't my friend. It really isn't. And as I'm getting older here, it seems to be getting worse. So hopefully, you know, once my website is set up to be click to buy, because right now if you guys see art on my website that you would like to purchase, you have to kind of get in touch with me. And I know human nature, and we got to, you know, you got to catch people in the moment. So I'm working on making it so you can click on the painting and buy it, and so it makes it easier for everybody. And then I won't have to load all the stuff in the car anymore, or wear protective stuff over my eyes, or, you know, worry about the allergies and the eyeballs and all that kind of good stuff. But I'm going to be face painting tomorrow. That's always fun. That's always a good time. And I just got to get the artwork in the car. I already got the canopy and the tables and the racks and all that kind of stuff in the car already. So, yeah. So hopefully, you know, fingers crossed, this could be my last season of going and doing shows. Right? So bad. Hi, Carolyn. So bad. Yeah, I got issues. We already knew that I have issues, but I got issues. Anywho, not gonna get into all that, but woo, there's issues going on. I got issues like tissues. Oh, yeah. We got issues like tissues. Okay, so once you have this square for, there for yourself, I gotta get more black paint. I gotta get more black and more blue. No, more black and more white. What am I talking about? I need more black and more white. I don't know why I just poured blue. Not really sure why I just poured blue. Okay, so what I want you to do is once you have this set up for yourself, we all have issues. We got issues like tissues, baby. I want you to grab just black. I want you to grab just black, and I want you to put in, see this little, that little money right there? See that little corner right there? We're going to put that little corner in, right? Because that's like the money corner. It's like a little detail that adds so much. So all you need to do is take your black paint, go to the part on the side of the house here, and you're going to cut this way. Just like that. And now, doing that one little thing, you have the whole side of the building. And once you make that cut, I want you to pull with your brush, right? We're holding back here, nice thin edge, not too concerned. Faster you go, straighter it'll be. So I want you to pull, whoop, to the corner of that cut, just like that. And you just made a side of a building. You like that? Not hard at all. Not hard at all. And then the next thing you're going to do is I'm going to grab white paint. And I'm going to turn around and put in a roof on this building. So I'm grabbing white paint, and we're going to do, we're just going to do a slant this way, and then cut it across at the angle. And it really doesn't matter how you do this, because it's getting covered up. It's getting covered up. Like I said, we're just putting a hint of stuff on here. So honestly, I am just going to cut this across on top, because you're not going to see it. You're not going to see it with the trees and the plants and the flowers and all of that stuff. Be back in a minute. Yeah, everybody heard little Mr. Butters chiming in. You got your nifties? Awesome. Awesome, Jinsey. So Yeah, thank you for the support. I really appreciate it. So I'm going to just cut that right across, even though that's geometrically not correct, but we don't have to worry about it. We don't have to worry about it because there's a whole big wisteria tree going over the roof of this thing. So we don't have to, you know, as long as you have that line angled, this line angled, and then this line is the same angle as your house, you're good to go. You are good to go. And the next thing that you do is I just colored this in a darker color. I just colored the side of the building in a darker color. Just to show that this part is the side of the building. That's all. That's all you need to do. That's all you need to do. 6,000%. Okay? And I'm going to color this in the gray. I'm going to color that in the gray color. Alright, so I'm going to take this, I'm going to swoop it around, swoop, because I want to make sure that I could fit my stoop and my flowers. So I'm going to line that up and swoop it around. And just fill this all in with the gray. Just fill it all in with the gray, that's all. Right, and you just want to, you know, as you're filling in, make sure that you don't, like, lose your angle. You don't want to lose your angle of the front of the building. Right, so look at you guys, right? You just totally painted a 3D building that's facing at an angle. Hello? You guys did that. 6,000%. So, kudos to you. Kudos to you. You did it. Yes, you did. There it is. Swoop. There it is. Hello, 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 Marie. Marie, how you doing? Marie, Marie. Marie, Marie, Marie. Marie. Ma chérie, Marie. Hi, sweetheart. I'm doing well. All right. And then, we're just going to put where the roofs will be on our two buildings on the side here. So I am just going to grab white and some blue and some red. And I'm going to come over here and I'm going to angle it so it goes up as I'm coming closer to me. Okay, so this is the roof of the one building. Hello, Wendy. And then since I have red, blue, and white on my brush, I'm gonna pull downwards and do the second coat of color on this building that's all the way in the back. So I made my building purple. You guys can make your building whatever you want. If you went over your sidewalk line, don't worry about it. You can always put it back in later. Don't worry about your roof because we're like over here, like this mess right there. Don't worry about that because we're covering that with smooshes and flowers and all sorts of stuff. So a lot of the stuff in this painting that would be tricky, like getting your roof on the right way and having it at the right angle and all of that happy stuff. Yes, I almost said a different word. All of that, hello, Angela. How you doing, sweetie? All that happy stuff, we're going to cover with smooshes. So we don't have to worry about getting this right. We don't have to worry about getting that roof right. We just need a hint of it. We just need a hint of it because we're gonna wind up covering it up. So No worries. Don't stress it. Do not stress it. And just like we made the money corner, over here, we're going to do the same thing on this purple building. Hello, 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 Madison. How you doing, sweetie? We're going to do the same thing on the purple building. Okay, so we're going to put a little money corner on it. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to grab more blue, and I'm going to grab more red. So it's darker purple than what this was. And I'm just going to turn around and do a line that's angled this way. And then I'm going to pull down to that line. And now you just made the side to that building. See how easy that is? And like I said, we're smushing here, so don't worry about any of that. Don't worry about any of that. You just have to worry about that line right there. And that's it. That is it. 6,000%. You guys did it. You just made the side of a building. Well, look at that. Hello, 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 Joanne. Oh, thank you so much for the stars. Thank you, sweetheart. And now I'm just going to take, Mr. Nifty. We're going to get to the fun part. We're going to get to the smushing soon. Right? This stuff is like squares and angles and blocks and we're going to get to the smushing and the tower in about 3 minutes. We got to get all our buildings blocked in first. And I am showing you different tips and tricks on how to do your perspective and whatnot. So, which is all good. But this to me is kind of like, oh, okay. But anyway, I'm going to take Mini-Me, and right here, I'm going to do the, gray of the sidewalk right there. Okay? And I'm going to clean up my line from coloring that purple. So I'm going to clean up my sidewalk line, and I'm going to put in the corner piece here. And now that building is done. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Hi, Irene. How you doing, lovey? Hello, hello, hello. So now we need our next building, which was light blue. So I am going to grab white paint, and I'm going to grab my blue paint. Hi! And we're going to put in the other building. So I'm going to do a line down, just like that. We're going to do a line down. Easy peasy. And then we're going to do, hello, 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 Angela. How you doing, sweetheart? What's, oh, it's a little hat. I thought it was the one with the steam coming out of his nose, so I thought you were, like, mad. But it's the one that's all happy and huggy. That's what happens when you can't see tiny things anymore. All right, we're putting our line right there. And we're going to cut this across. Bam. And we're going to cut this across. Bam. And we're just going to fill it in. We're just going to fill it in. That's all we're going to do. We're just going to fill it in. And there's building number 2. And like I said, don't worry about anything that's going on up here, because we're going to turn around and put smushes there. Thank you so much for the stars, Debbie. Appreciate it. So we're not worrying about any of that. All right, so I'll give everybody a chance to catch up mustard. Whoo! Buildings are blocked in. All right, now my wines might be a little wonky. My lines might be a little wonky because I am painting from the side. I'm up behind you, creeper. Yeah, so we're a little crooked, but these should all be straight down, all right? And then here is the same angle, and just the angle there. And then here to there, right? It's getting a little bigger as you come out. And then you're going to cut an angle in. And then this one, you're just going to you're going to follow the same angle right there. And you're just going to cut in the side there. Like I said, we're only worried about the bottoms because all of this is going to have smush on it. So we're totally hiding any of those. Thank you, Angela. We're totally hiding any of those spots that would be tricky. All right, I hit all the tricky spots, so you don't have to worry about it. I dyed my hair, guys. If you compare me on Tuesday to now, I got rid of my wisdom hairs. So, all right. So now we're gonna get to the fun stuff. What? We're gonna get to the fun stuff. We're gonna decorate our buildings. We're gonna put stoops and flowers and trees and Eiffel Tower and all sorts of fun stuff. Thank you. So cheers. Ketchup, mustard if you need to ketchup, mustard. I'm gonna switch this song out because it just sounds like noise to me. I don't know what this is. I don't know what that was. It was just like ba ba ba. And now commercials on. So let's do some roll call. We got April and Sheila and Susie and Tina and Cal and Cindy and LaWanda, Marsha and Carolyn, Helen, Deb, Sherry, Gloria, Wendy, Debbie, Jinsey, Marie, Angela, Madison, Joanne, and Irene. Jinsey, where's your friend? Where's your friend tonight? What was her name? Debbie or Terry or something like that? Something like that. Okay, so let's do our Eiffel Tower. Oh, yeah. Let's do the tower, baby. You know what? Let's smush first. I'm tired of doing lines. My hair looks so lovely. Thank you. It's like a metallic red. It was like a brand I never used, so I was a little nervous. Good evening, Kimberly. Wendy, I'm in New Jersey, honey. I'm in kind of eastern, a little south, New Jersey. I'm like 40 minutes north from Atlantic City and about an hour or so away from New York. Lori, there you go. I knew it was a Y. Terry, Debbie, Lori. I was close. Good evening, Kimberly. Hello, 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 my love. Yes, I was close. Okay, so we're going to smush. I'm tired of doing lines. I don't know about you guys, but let's get some smushing going on. How's that sound? Let's smush. 6,000%. Because we're going to do a lot of smushing tonight. I got all 3 fluffies. Hi, Onita. How you doing, sweetie? I got all 3 fluffies in the water tonight, baby. We're just going to be smushing like you know what's it. Thank you so much, Angela. I appreciate that. Do I have Angela on here? I don't know if you want roll call. Oh, yes, I do. All right, so I'm going to take large fluffy. I'm going to take large fluffy. Hi, sweetie. And I'm going to smash them. Those of you who got the brush sets, you got to beat these guys up. You got to do everything that you wouldn't do to a brush, to a brush. Leave it to me to tell you to destroy a brush. So everything you wouldn't do to a brush, you got to do to a brush. All right? And I guarantee you're going to lose bristles and pieces are going to break off and you're going to be like, "Oh no," but then it gets fluffy. All right, guys? So those of you that ordered brush sets, number 1, thank you. Number 2, beat them up. Beat them up. Yeah, it's supposed to be hot tomorrow, though. Go figure. But anyway, so, greens. We're just going to do a whole bunch of different types of green. I got like 2 different blues on my palette here. So I'm going to grab yellow. And I'm going to grab blue. And I'm going to grab a smidge of white. Okay, and more blue. And more yellow. And I'm going to do a little dab dab. And I'm going to have all of this lovely paint in my brush. And I'm going to start back here. And I'm just going to tap. Here, there, not everywhere. You're just going to tap. And you want this first layer to be on the dark side. So we're going to cover up that roof line. You don't even see it. If you want it, the roof line in the original, you can actually see. It's up to you. If you didn't get your line right, you can cover it. It's totally fine. And then we're going to come down in here. And we're going to smush in between the 2 buildings. And then we're going to come up this way. And we're going to smush up there. And I got to grab more paint. So I'm grabbing yellow. I want this to be more like a teal color. So I'm grabbing more blue than yellow. Okay, I'm grabbing more blue than yellow. So how do you stop the bristles from breaking off while painting? I have to peel them off my finished paint when I use my large fluffy. Yeah, unfortunately, that's going to happen. So the only thing that I could suggest is that before you paint with them, you notice how before I painted with it, I turned around and I smashed it to bejeebies on my paper towel first. So then if you're going to have more breakage, it would happen here and less there. Okay, but it is going to happen where you're going to get bristles in your painting. And, you know, you just kind of, whenever you get a bristle in your painting, you just want to turn around and take your brush and slide upwards. You know, so if the bristle is like laying this way, you just want to push upwards and it'll get caught on your brush. If it's laying like this way, you just kind of want to catch it on the corner and push upwards and you'll be able to get your bristles off your painting. So, good point, Cal. Yeah, that's the one downfall. Definitely, 6,000%. But if you do a really good mashup in your paper towel and then look at your brush and kind of so let me get a fluffy that doesn't have any paint on them. So you would get your fluffy, right? You have it in the water. You have it in the water, so you're going to smash it in your paper towel. And then look at it. Look at it and like go with your fingers and kind of do one of these and get it to where nothing's like really loose on it. Like that. Alright? And then it should be a lot better. Okay? So, alright, we're smushing. We're just a smushing. So, and you don't want to smush too much, guys. So when you smush, see how that's all separated and then I kind of got smush happy here? See how that's getting mushy looking? But that one is nice and separated. It has all these colors going on. So when you smush, you got to know when to stop. You got to know when to stop because otherwise you're going to get, as I smush some more. But I want this to be nice and big and tall. Right here. I want this teal one to be nice and big and tall. This painting for me is so realistic and amazing. Oh, yeah. So I throw them in. So I just grab blue. I just grabbed just some blue on my brush now. And here, there, not everywhere. I'm going to tap some of this blue in. So it's not looking like a mushy mess. But if you notice, I totally bounced around. See that? And now I'm going to leave it alone. Leave it alone, Eve. Leave it alone. So, the next smushing we want to do is you can turn around and you can smush like up in here because this is where your wisteria tree is going to come in. So, you can do some smushing in here just to prepare for your tree coming in. We're not going to do it on the building because we have to put our windows in and stuff, but I can do it on the roof. Alright, so we're going to hide that roof line. And I'm I'm kind of just doing like lines inwards. So you can do your smushing on your roof. And I'm just grabbing yellow, blue, and white and doing a little dab, and then just kind of seeing what comes out. That's all. And if you notice I'm bouncing, right, you want to bounce around. You want to stop before it gets muddy. Okay, all of those things. And I'm going to do on this corner because, you know what? Maybe I messed up the angle of that corner. And now, it's gone. It's gone. And Big Fluffy is going in the water. It's Eiffel Tower time. I'm so excited. I'm so excited because this is like the money piece right there. The Eiffel Tower being right there. It's money. So, is there a lot more to this painting than the one that you guys all raved over, the sunset with the heart and stuff? Absolutely. Amanda, you can totally do this one. Is there a lot more to it? Yes. But the techniques to this are actually easier than the one with the heart and the couple. So what you have to be good at is easier on this painting than it was on that other painting. Because that other painting had blending, and it had fine lines, and it had curves where there was no room for error. I sound like putters. So, honestly, don't be scared. Hello, Darlene. This one actually takes less technique, I guess, than the other one. Believe it or not. Even though the other one looked more simple, this one is actually more simple to paint. It really is. So, I got you guys. I got you. So, yes, everyone can do this, honey. You got this. Thank you so much for the stars, by the way. You guys are amazing. 6,000%. So, hello, Darlene. How you doing, lovey? Darlene's in the house. And I don't think I have you on here, Amanda. Yeah, I didn't have you on roll call, honey. Yeah, you can totally do this painting. No worries, hon. So, Eiffel Tower. Big boy. Big boy's in the house. Alright, ooh, big boy is a mess. The more you swirl, the cleaner he gets. The more you swirl, the cleaner he gets. So, my comments just went like all the way to the top. Yeah, when in doubt, smush it out. Alright, so, big boy. Pulling them nice and flat and thin. See that? Okay. So the first thing I want to do is I want to put a line right above my foliage. So I want my Eiffel Tower to go like right about here. Okay? So in this space right here, you kind of want it in the middle of that space. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab some white paint, a little bit just on the tip, and I am just going to do a line going across, a small little line. Start off, you resemble that remark, me too. So start off small, right? You can always make something bigger, but you can't make it smaller. So start your line off small, and yes, Carolyn, good advice, sweetheart. So yeah, you can watch the replay and pause it and do what you need to do and all of that happy stuff. That's why I always make the replays available. So, because I know during these Friday nights I move rather quickly sometimes, and I have to. Time constraints. Nobody wants to watch a 4-hour video. So, basically I take a painting that took me like weeks to paint. Well, not actually painting it, sitting there and adding more detail here and there throughout the days, you know what I mean? So it doesn't take weeks to paint. Anyway, you get the point. I'm going to stop talking now. Let's do an Eiffel Tower. Alright, once you have that, right, you're going to hold back here, nice and thin and straight edge, and you just want to pull to that line. So the faster you pull, the straighter it's going to be. Okay? And once you have that line, then you want to follow the line, and then you're going to curve outwards. So I'm going to follow this line, and then I'm going to curve outwards. Okay? And then the same thing on the other side. I'm going to follow this line nice and tight, and then I'm going to curve outwards. Just like that. Alright? And now we're going to switch to a smaller brush. So the only reason I use Big Boy is because he's the master at making straight lines. Can you do that with a small brush? Absolutely. But if you let Big Boy do his job and not be a control freak on it, he will make a straight line for you until the cows come home. So I'm going to grab Tiny. And I'm going to grab my white paint. Thank you, Angela. And I'm going to give you a close up. Close up. Okay. So, down here now, you want to put in the bigger legs. Okay? So, I'm going to go in this line, and on either side of that center line. Now, I'm going to paint this weird so you can see what I'm doing. You guys paint like you're holding a pencil. I'm just painting weird so you can see it and my hand's not in the way. So, on either side of that center line, you just want to do an angle that way, and then an angle this way. And then on the end of your line, you're going to do an angle this way, and an angle that way. Okay? And now you have the legs to your Eiffel Tower. And then on top, you just want to connect the top. And then you could put your little pole. Just like that. Shoop, there it is. Shoop, there it is. So now, I'm just going to take white paint with Tiny, and I'm going to put a thicker piece up here, and I'm going to make this thick in a square, just like that. I'm going to fill in my legs gray. I'm all sorts of sound effects tonight. You guys notice that? I'm making like all sorts of sound effects. So, I'm going to color in my legs gray so I don't get confused over what is the legs and what isn't the legs. Don't worry about this. We're going to cover it up with more smushing. April, you should totally paint this one. Oh my god, guys, you should, oh my gosh, you guys should see April's hand painting. It is so cool. April, share on the event page where we share tonight's creations. Share your hand painting so the fam can see it. So on the event page, guys, if you're new to the fam, in the discussion there's a post that says share your creations here. So when you're done making your creation, we share there as a family so everybody can be a part of everybody else's creativity and artwork. So, now, the whole rest of the tower is X's. The whole rest of the tower is X's. Look, it's all X's. So, I'm going to do them all in white, and then I'm going to go back and add the black, and then you're done. And then it's just 2 black lines in there to make this more shadow. Bonnie, you're on vacation in New Jersey? That's awesome. I live in New Jersey. Hello, 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 Bonnie. How you doing, my love? So we're just going to do X's, guys. The whole thing is X's. That's it. Just doing X's down the whole thing between the center and the outside line. That's all you got to do. Boop, 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 boop. Just doing some X's. And keep grabbing more paint, right? It's not a marker. If you push harder, you're not going to get more paint out of it. You're just going to get a thick line. That's all that's going to happen. So now I'm going to wipe my brush off and grab black. And we're just going to, here, there, not everywhere. I just follow some of those X lines. I'll show you a close-up once I'm done. Here, there, not everywhere. I just follow some of those lines that I made with the white. And I just put black on some of them. So here, there, not everywhere. Okay, I'll show you a close-up in 2 seconds. And then on this thing, I did doop, 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 doop. Lines going down. And we did black lines in here. Whoop, swoop. Just like that. And we did lines going down up here. Doop, 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 doop. And I framed that out. Okay. So I'm going to show you a close-up of this, and then you do the same thing in your legs. That's it, guys. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. And you can go in with Mr. Nifty and make this as detailed as you want. You can turn around and just do it lickety-split like I did. It's your Eiffel Tower. It's your painting. So you can do however you want to do. And now I'm just going to go in clean, swirl, tap, dab, tiny. And I'm going in with white paint. And now that this is dry, I'm going to do my X's in here. And they're not perfect X's. They're just little swoop swoops. I'm not doing them perfect. Okay? And I'm going to do my outline again with the white. Notice I moved my hand, not the brush. Okay? So I'm just going to do my outline in the white again to make it pop. And I'm going to do my little antenna stick here. And I'm going to outline this better. Now I'm going to wipe off my brush. I'm not going to clean it because I want, I want that little gray mixture thing happening. You know what I mean? Like, and this way, that'll add more depth to it. And you're not even trying to do that. It's just that doing the black and the white together, you kind of get some spots that'll turn gray, and that's totally fine. We can totally deal with that. And just like that, guys, easy peasy, lemon squeezy, bam, you have an Eiffel Tower. See that? You can do that. You can do that. Nothing hard about it. Nothing hard about it. See that? You guys can totally rock that out. 6,000%. So I'll give a little ketchup mustard time. We're going to put the details on our buildings. We're going to smush some more, and we're going to be all set. So just a reminder, Stars is enabled. My PayPal link is on the screen. I'm going to do my Venmo and my Cash App also. So thank you, everybody, for your support. If you want Mr. Nifty's, make sure you message me. Don't post it anywhere. Your address. And I'm also going to post my YouTube page because that's where all the replays are. So every single video I've ever done since the beginning of doing this is on my YouTube channel. So I am going to post my YouTube channel link for you guys right now. Okay? So you have everything you need. Alright? And if you want a brush set, you also private message me. Okay, lovies? Alright, now we're into Tina B's favorite part. We're going to start doing details. So, you guys make up your mind what colors you want stuff. What kind of details do you want on your buildings? Do you want windows? Do you want doors? Do you want flower boxes? Do you want shutters? What do you want to do? So, what kind of details do you want? All right? So, one of the details I did, Irene, you got to go for now. Have a wonderful evening, Irene. Was I did diagonal lines on this roof. All right, so I'm just going to grab tiny and white paint, and I'm just going to put in diagonal lines on this roof. All right, so that's one detail I did. Another detail I did was flower boxes on the bottom. So I'm going to grab white and black. Because they were gray, I'm going to grab white and black with tiny. And I'm going to designate where my door is. Okay, so I have a door. Alright, so I'm just putting where my door is. And then, close up, we're going to do a rectangle that way. And then do a rectangle this way, and then I wrapped it around the side of the building. So we're going to follow that same angle that we did before. So if you messed that angle up, guess what? Now's your chance to fix it. Okay, I'm going to grab Mini Me and I'm going to color that in. So we're going to color this in. Just like that. Okay, color that in. Now, if you want these boxes to look like that they're out from the side of the building, the only thing you need to do is this line covers the doorway. This line covers the doorway right there. Okay? You can't see the bottom of the door anymore. And over here, I'm grabbing Nifty. Over here, you're going to do a little line out like that. And then just pull across. Okay, so you're going to make like a little rectangle right there. And then you just pull across. And now, just like that, your flower box, which we don't care what the top of the flower box is doing, is away from the building. Just by making that little square right there. Okay? And then I'm going to grab Tiny. And I'm going to grab red and blue and white to make a purple. A lighter purple than my building. And I'm going to put my arch in. And then I'm going to grab some black. And put in the black piece right here. To make the door darker. Do, 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 do. I had to grab more purple because I kind of lost that because I'm doing stuff when it's wet. And you really should just do your purple and then wait a minute and then do the black part inside. But I'm doing everything while it was wet, so of course it mushed together. See, so what I tell you is true. Alright, now I'm just going to grab Mini-Me and put my windows in. Alright, so we're just going to do rectangle windows. So I'm grabbing that lighter purple. And I'm coming in here, and you just follow your lines of your window boxes for your windows. Okay, so let me grab, you guys can make your windows any color you want. I'm grabbing white so you can see what I'm doing. Okay? Lori's here. Thank you so much, Marie. So you just want to follow the lines of your window boxes. Okay, and then you can put your windows in. Alright, so straight down on the sides, and these lines are the same angle as your flower boxes. Okay, and like I said, I'm going to show you, I'm not going to get into every single tiny little detail. You can add your own shutters, you can add your own colors, you can add whatever you want to add. I'm just showing you how to paint them in. So the sides are straight lines down. And then you follow the same angle as your window boxes. Okay? And then everything works off of that. So now you can add your shutters. You can add your toppers. You can add whatever you want to add. Hello, 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 Lori. How you doing, sweetheart? Angela, you're going to watch this 1 million times? That's a lot of times. And now I'm going to grab my small fluffy brush. Right? Smush, smush, smash, smash, whatever, all that good stuff. Yes, you're hearing music. I play music every Friday. And I'm going to grab my blue and my yellow. Okay, because I want this to be really dark because it's far away. And I'm just going to smush in the greenery that's in my flower boxes. Okay, so I'm just smushing, guys, and I just wanted a darker green because this is further away, and when things are further away, they're darker. Alright, so if you messed up your angle on the top of your box, guess what? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So there you go. Building 1 done in the record books. Okay, and you can add whatever little details you want to add. 6,000%. Alright, so you can look at that for a minute. And we're going to go to building 2 and building 3. And we got a wisteria tree. And I rhymed. Building 1, building 2, building 3. Wisteria tree. Little stoop. We're good to go. Darlene is asking me. Alright, hold on. I missed some comments here, guys. Sorry. Wendy is saying, so glad it's going to be on replay. You're doing baby. Oh my goodness, you got an 8-month-old granddaughter. How special. How special is that? That is awesome. Oh, just squish her up. Just squish her up, Wendy. And how do you know what brush to use for what? So, Darlene, I do How-To Tuesdays where I explain and teach different things. There is a How-To Tuesday replay called Supplies, Brushes, Whatnots, and I explain all the brushes and what they're for and how you use them. So, when was that, guys? Tina B, do you remember? Earth to Tina B. My love. She's my resident helper because she's been painting with me for so long. I don't know when I did that, but it's on YouTube. And I explain all of that kind of stuff. Okay? So, all right. So, 3 weeks ago. Thank you, Tina B. You're amazing. Oh, thanks, Lori. Appreciate it. Yeah, I got rid of my wisdom hairs. You think? Your guess is as good as mine, Tina B. All right, so I'm going to go to Big Boy now. And on my original, there was 2 windows on this building, but I only have room for 1 window. So I'm going to grab dirty white and some black. And I'm going to come in here, and you're going to follow the same angle as your building. And you could put in your windows. Okay? And again, you can decorate them any way you want. They're your windows. You do whatever you want to do. And then the window box. The window box is follows the same angles. That's okay, Tina B. You hang out with the fam, and we're going to send you healing wishes and prayers and love, because you send healing wishes and prayers and love to us, and it's coming your way now. We all need a little help sometimes. It's okay, you know. Moods come and they go. So you can be in a mood, and you could always just start your day over if you wanted to. And so there you go. Much love and blessings to you, honey. Prayers and love to Tina B tonight, guys. She needs a little bit of cheer and happiness coming her way. Okay, so white paint, and you follow the same angle as your window. Bam. And there you have your window box. And like I said, you can decorate it any way your little heart desires. If there's anything that you guys want to see as far as the tiny, tiny, tiny details, let me know. I'm not going to get into all that. I want you guys, could you put yellow on the windows to see light? Absolutely, Wendy. They're your windows. 6,000%. So that's why I'm not going into every single little tiny detail, because I want you guys to just go in the zone and make this yours. Okay? If there is something you want to see, let me know, but we're not doing it. So to get your flowers to pop, you got to do white first. Okay? So I'm going to take my small fluffy and swirl tap dab them. That sounds like an amazing idea, Wendy. And I'm going to grab white paint. And then, so you want to start, you have to do white first for your flowers. And then go back in with a color. So all you do, here, there, not everywhere, is tap in white paint. And then you can go back in. Notice I'm following this angle. You can go back in and add whatever colors you want to add. Alright? So now I'm going to put green in this box. And you want to start off with darker greens, and you could always work your way up to making them lighter and lighter if you want to. So I'm just going to smush green in here. And then once that dries, go back in and put white. And then you can put the color of your flowers, whatever colors you want. Okay? And then I'll show you the little bracket. So the little bracket underneath the window box, I'm grabbing Mr. Nifty. Swoop, right here. So the little bracket is just a little S. Okay, so I put little brackets under my window box, and they were literally just little S's. Okay? All right. Next building. Moving right along. Moving right along. So, this bad boy right here with our wisteria tray. So, we're going to get the details on here. We're going to finish smushing this so we could cover up our Eiffel Tower edges there. And then I'm going to show you how to smush the wisteria. I'm going to, right? Little S curves, and it just looks adorable, right, Wendy? Totally 6,000%. Well, we all love you, Tina B. You know I love you. And this too shall pass, is the saying. And it has nothing to do with you on a personal level. It's just that's what companies are doing now, unfortunately. Unfortunately. So, we need to make our window and our door. We need to make our window and our door. And we're going to turn around and put our flower pots in. I'll show you how to make those roses. So, I'll show you this building. I'll show you this building, okay? So I'm going to show you how to do the stoop, and I'm going to show you how to do those little rose things and the cobblestones, and I'm going to show you the wisteria tree, okay? And there's the details of all the other buildings, so you can see what I did, right? But I want you guys to turn around and have fun with this and put your own details in. And if you're going to do bright flowers, you have to do white first. Okay? You have to do white first and then your color. You guys are amazing. I love you guys. That's why we're one big happy family. And I love it 6,000%. You all warm my heart. You really, 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 really do. I have no words to let you know how special and amazing all of you are. I'm just grabbing clean white paint because my white is a big mess, and I'm going to change this, whatever this is, because it just sounds like noise. I know I'm getting older because I literally change songs. I literally change songs now that sound like noise to me. And I used to like all that noise. Alright, I'm grabbing clean white paint so you can see what I'm doing. So your windows need to match this angle right there. Or this angle down here. It's the same angle. Okay? And if you're having a little difficulty doing that, just put your brush down and move it up. And you could always do a little piece of chalk if you want to. You could always put a little chalk line for yourself because the chalk wipes right off once the paint dries. Okay, so I'm going to follow that angle. And there was 2 windows here, so one there and one there. Okay, and like I said, you just want to follow the same angle as the top and bottom of the building. These are like the worst windows I've ever painted. They're all fuzzy. Oh my goodness, that's hysterical. Alright, let's see if I can't get these to be a little more window-like. There. Whoop, nope, there. See, so if you don't get the angle right away, that's why I say start off small, because you're going to schmooze it like I'm schmoozing it, and you see how big these windows got, right? So you always want to start off smaller than what you actually want, because the more you play with it, the bigger it's going to get. And the sides of the windows are just straight down, and and the tops and bottoms are the same angle as the rest of the building. Okay? And the door, the same thing. So I'm going to grab, for that burgundy color, it was actually black and red. So I'm going to grab some red, and I'm going to grab some black, and I'm grabbing white with it so you can see what I'm doing. So it's going to come out a mauve color. And again, you follow this angle. So you just drop down straight. Okay. And then you follow the same angle for the top of the door. Now, for your stoop, I'm gonna wipe Big Boy off. I'm gonna grab my white paint, and the stoop is easy peasy lemon squeezy, guys. Literally, you're just doing straight lines outwards, because you're already at an angle. Okay, so you just do your lines. Like this, and then you cut it across. Right? And then you just pull down a little bit. You just pull down a little bit, like that. And, you know, make it a little darker or lighter, whatever you want to do. And you pull this down a little bit. If you want to do just one step, if you want to do 2 steps, if you want 2 steps, then you just pull this out further like that and pull down. And then you pull this out a little further, and then put the front on it. So if you want 2 steps, and these angles right here follow this. Okay? And in a perfect world, the bottom of this stoop should match up to your building. Alright? So the bottom of the stoop, hold on. I gotta clean Big Boy off because he's putting all the, I don't know what he's doing. In fact, let me switch to Mini-Me so you can see this better, because it just looks like a big mushy mess right now. And that is not the goal. So I'm going to grab Mini-Me, and I'm going to grab white paint. And this is those pieces. Okay? Right there. So they're horizontal. Then your step pieces follow the angle of the building. Okay? And then these pieces are just straight down. Like that. Okay? So this piece and this piece. So this line and this line and this line and this line and that line all follow the angle of the building. These lines, this one, this one, this one, this is all horizontally across. And then the connectors are straight down. Down, 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 and down. Okay, so that is how you do the stoop. And then you can fix it accordingly on what colors you want your step to be, right? Because I made this step down here. I made that step down there a little dark. So you can make your steps any way you want to. And yeah, so in a perfect world, this should be even with my building. If you screw that up, all you need to do is you can make your building front bigger. So if you do your steps and they're not lined up, see, because they should be, the side should be, the bottom of the side should line up with your building. So if you screw up and that does not line up, all you need to do is you can turn around and make the bottom of your building bigger. So if your steps wind up being not lined up with your building, you can make your building bigger. You just want to make sure that you don't lose that angle. And then you have to bring this line down too. Okay, so if you put your stoop in and it winds up being too tall, then just make your building bigger. And then make sure your door lines up with the step. So that's how you would fix the detached thing. Big boy needs to be, like, he's misbehaving tonight. Like, I keep trying to clean him and he has all this stuff in him. I don't know why he's like holding on to color so bad tonight, but he is. So that's how you would fix it if you turned around and made your steps bigger than, you know, and they're not attached to your house anymore. You just want to make sure you don't lose that sideways angle. So that's all. You don't want to lose that angle of it going like that. Okay? And it's all good. Oh, you're welcome, Cal. Thank you so much. So we're gonna let that dry before I make it an even mushier mess. But if you wind up doing your stoop and it's down here like mine was, just make your building bigger. That's all. All right. So, whoo, let's shake it out. Shake it out. I'm soaking Big Boy because he just wanted to be filled with all these different colors to give me mushiness. But we fixed the mushiness. I just look like I have a shadow on the bottom of my building, which is fine. I could totally roll with that. Okay? And you just, everything you guys do, you just want to make sure you're following that same sideways angle. Okay? And down here, if you totally mess something up, that's why I did the cobblestone sidewalk, because you can totally divert the eye if something isn't looking right. So that's why I put this in. So if you mess your steps up or something, you can just throw this in and you are good to go. Yeah, Lori, he's being a bad boy instead of a big boy. What are you going to do? That's what happens when you grab big globs of paint and you don't wipe him off before you throw him in the water. So, you know, listen to what I say, but I don't turn around and you know, take my advice because I'm not using it type thing. So let's take a break from all that angly, you know, whatever's going on. You guys can do it. And like I said, if you completely screw up, that's why I added all the cobblestone sidewalk. And you could always turn around and just cobblestone sidewalk it away and just have the door if you want to. So that is why I did the cobblestone sidewalk. I told you guys I have you. So the cobblestone sidewalk is easy peasy, lemon squeezy. I am just taking my fluffy brush and I'm pulling it to hold a lot of paint, but he's not fluffy. See how he's flattened down? And all you do is these little pieces like this. So you do it in the one color, and then you can grab, like I'll grab just white now, and then you do the white color. So, and if you notice, I'm filling in around the darker color. Okay, so if you mess any of this up right here, you can just add this little cobblestone sidewalk and totally cover up, see? Totally cover up and distract the eye from anything that's going on that is not quite right angle-wise. Okay, so it's a little trick of distracting the eye. And you could always bring your sidewalk out even further if you want to. Always bring the sidewalk out further. Just because you painted it, guys, just because you painted a line into your painting doesn't mean that you have to stick to that line, you know, and not go. You can always make it bigger, you know what I mean? Like I said, you could always make something bigger. So if your line's a little off or something's a little wonky, or maybe your stoop took up, like my stoop wound up taking up a lot more sidewalk than I planned. It took up a lot more building than I planned. So what did I do? I moved the lines of my building. I moved the lines of my sidewalk. So those are the things that you can do. You don't have to turn around and stick to your original lines. You created them, so you can change them. Okay? And no one's going to know that you made your building even longer. No one's going to know that you made your sidewalk even bigger. None of those, you know what I'm saying? No one else is going to know. Okay, so we only have like 3 or 4 more steps, and we're going to be all set. I got to do the flower pots, I got to show you the tree, and we're good to go, guys. 6,000%. You guys are amazing. You're hanging tough. I love it. It's all good. I'm hanging tough. I'm pretty proud of myself. Because when something doesn't work right, like Big Boy was being a bad boy, like Lori said, and you learn from your happy accidents. I don't know if I'm a skilled artist or if I'm just a skilled fixer. I think it's a little of both. Sometimes it has nothing to do with artistry. Sometimes it has to do with making a mistake and then fixing it. And there's probably more of, what's this going on here? See this thing? Woo! There's probably more of fixing mistakes than there is of, but that's okay. It doesn't matter. It's all good. Alright, I'm swirl tap dabbing Big Boy, and I'm going to swirl him and swirl him and swirl him, because the more I swirl him, the cleaner he'll get. And if there's any detail that you guys want to see, 6,000%, let me know, because we're going to finish doing all of our smushing, and I'm going to show you those little rosettes. I know everybody wants to see the little rosettes. So we need to give this a minute to dry, so we don't wind up with a big mushy mess when I put my flower pots in. So we're going to divert up to here again. Thank you so much, Gina B. So, ice roll, tap, dabbed, big boy. See this? See that? That's because I threw him in the water and I didn't wipe the globs off of him first. So he's holding all that paint in there. So I just swirl, tap, dab him and it's not mushy anymore. And when I clean him later, that'll come off. But that's what was happening. So before you, hello, Lynn. Before you throw your brushes in the water, take it from me, wipe off in a paper towel the globby paint first, and then throw it in the water. Otherwise, your brush is going to hold on to that paint, and you're going to wind up having difficulties like I just had trying to do the suit. Okay? So, he is clean, he's behaving, and you guys know what time it is. You know what time it is? It's tree time! I said that kind of loud. It's tree time, people. Oh, yeah. So, nice, thin, flat edge. No more globby paint. I'm holding my big boy back here. And we're going to be putting in our branches to our wisteria tree. Yes. So, I'm going to start off where my mushes were before. I'm going to hold my brush back here. I'm going to pull quickly. And we're just going to drop these branches in. Alright? And if you make one that's gloopy and globby and big and thick, guess what? Put a wisteria flower on top of it. That's all you got to do. So, I'm going to follow along that line I just made. And then pull out and make another line. Okay, and I'm going to come through that mush right there. Same thing. I'm going to my palette, wiping my brush back into a point and grabbing more paint. I'm going to follow along that line and pull out. Alright, that's it, guys. 6,000%. So you can add these branches in. Now, the really, really small branches are done with the smaller brush. See how that's kind of thick right there? I can cover that up. So it doesn't matter. And you can do a branch crossing over the other branches too, guys. You don't have to turn around and go around everything. You can do a branch that just cuts right over everybody. And a rude little branch just cutting over everybody. And if you make something thick, follow it backwards. You're welcome, Deb. Are you the one that told me to do wisteria? I know somebody asked me for it, and that's why I did this painting. Was it you? So, if you have something thick, you just work backwards. So, if this is thick, you make this thicker, and then this thicker. And it'll proportion it all out. Alright? So, I'm going to grab my medium fluffer. Ooh, dinner time. So I'm going to grab my medium fluffer. Right? I'm going to smash them. I'm going to go back into my greens. And I want a green for this tree. So I'm going to grab more yellow than blue. Smash, smash, smash. And I don't have to put the white anymore. And I'm... Oh, so you're welcome, Deb. I knew somebody asked me for the wisteria tree. It was you. So everybody thank Deb for this amazing painting. Alright, so lots of pretty colors in here. I'm going to come over here where my Eiffel Tower edges are. And bam, just like that. All cleaned up. And here, there, not everywhere. If you don't want a mushy mess, you can just put these darker colors in. And then I'm going to grab just yellow, and I'm just going to pop in some brighter yellow pieces. But the here, there, not everywhere trick, guys, that's how you wind up not getting a big mushy mess. So you got to kind of be like, stop, and leave it alone. See how I have shadows? And I have that pretty color, and then I have the pops yellow. If I keep messing with this, that is the trick on how to not get mush as you're doing smushing, is you need a little self-control. You need to go here, there, not everywhere. And you have to leave it alone. If you want to add more layers, if you want to add more depth, say you want to make this a little darker in areas, let it dry first. Let it dry. Go back in, and then you could add your little tweaks or whatever you want to do. But if you keep doing this, notice I did like boop, 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 done. That is the trick on not getting mush when you're smushing. Alright, so this one I want more turquoise, so I'm going to grab more blue. I'm going to grab more blue than yellow. She's back! Okay, and grabbing the more blue is going to give me a turquoise color. So I'm going to smash some wet, darker color on here. Again, here, there, not everywhere. Okay, and then I'm going to grab some white. Didn't clean my brush, grabbing some white. Doing a little smash. And then I'm just going to pop in some of the lighter pieces. And when I throw the white on here, you're going to get those turquoisey colors. Again, here, there, not everywhere. And then leave it alone. And I'm doing a light touch. If you do a smoosh like this, you're going to get a big old glob. So just little tiny taps. And then you have to leave it alone. If you want to add something to it, some darkers or some lighters, darkers or lighters, you can go back and do it after it's dry, okay? So, and when you're doing your flowers, remember to put white down first and then color them in, okay? So, I'm going to put my flower pots in. I'm going to put my flower pots in so I can do the rosettes for you guys. So I'm going to grab Mini Me. And I'm going to grab white and blue. White and blue. And we have one here. Swoop, swoop. And we have one here. Oops. It's going off the stoop. Don't put it going off the stoop. Oh, goodness gracious. It's falling off. It's a in motion painting. It's about to fall off. Oh, yeah, don't do that. And then I'm going to grab just blue. And I'm going to put some shadow in here because the green is going to cause a shadow on these pots. So I'm going to put the shadow in. Just like that. You know, a couple smushes, couple dabs. And then I'm going to grab my tiny fluffy. My tiny fluffy. And my green. Put my green base. And once that dries, I can do the rosettes on it. So, let that dry. So now we're to the wisteria. And the wisteria is actually 3 layers of purple. It's 3 layers of purple. It's a really, really dark purple, a light purple, and then the white smushes on top. Okay? And you follow this little trailing of it going downwards. And see all these branches right here? Hi, Peggy! Those were done with my nifty or tiny nifty, okay? So you add all of those in later. See how I cut it across here and it sets that piece back? You do that after it all dries. You add all these little pieces in with your small tiny brush. So you just follow off of a branch and then you can put a piece of it in, and you could either cut across or you can tuck behind, right? So I cut across this one, I came to here, I skipped over that, and then finished it coming out the other side. Okay, so that's how you do those branches. That's how you do those small little branches. And those are your friend, because if you wind up with a globby part, and you put one of those little branches through it, it's like it never happened. Alright, I'm taking medium fluffy, and we're going to, oh, tooth pain's the worst. Healing wishes for Peggy, man. I'd rather lose a limb than have tooth pain. So I'm taking medium fluffy, and I'm going to start off with the dark purple. So I'm grabbing red. No, I'm going to start off with the medium purple because I got to do white. So I'm going to do red and blue. Make sure there's no yellow in your blue. And some white. Smash that around. It's a little too light, so I'm going to grab some more blue. And I'm going to grab some more red. Smash that around. Okay, and I want to start popping in the smushy parts. Again, everything's flowing downwards. So I'm going to start on a limb here, out on a limb, and as I go downwards, I'm going to make it smaller and smaller. Okay, and then up here, remember when I said if you made a branch too thick, guess what? You can just cover it right up. Okay. And you just want to put these pieces in. It's your wisteria tree. You can, let me give you a close-up. Close-up! It's your wisteria tree, so you can put them in wherever you want. Okay? And like I said, as you work your way down, just get smaller and smaller. So I'm going to do about 4 of these to show you the process. Okay, so that is the in the middle purple color. Now I'm going to wipe off my brush and put it in my water because I learned my lesson. And I'm going to go to my small fluffy now. So as you're doing this, you want to go smaller and smaller with your brushes. So I'm going with my small fluffy now. And I want to do the darker purple. So I am literally just going to grab blue, and I'm going to grab red, and I'm going to tap, tap. And again, here, there, not everywhere. So you're going to just go in and put in these darker areas. Here, there, not everywhere. Okay? You just want to put these in to kind of break it up a bit. Again, make sure you're staying smaller. Think of like a bunch of grapes. Okay? Think of it as if it's a bunch of grapes. How it goes smaller the further down you go. That's what you want to do. I just grabbed some more paint. And here, there, not everywhere. Okay? And then leave it alone. Leave it alone, because if you keep playing with it, you're going to get mush. Alright, is this dry down here? Not yet. Alright, let's do some roll call, because I got to wait for that green to dry a little bit. Oh, we're doing good. We're doing really good. I swear I just looked at the clock and I was waiting for it to say that it was like 10:30 at night. You guys got me working hard tonight. Oh yeah. We'll finish up tomorrow. I swear I was going to look at that clock and it was going to be like midnight. But we're doing good. Alright, let's do some roll call. Excuse me. I have April and Sheila and Susie and Tina and Kel, Cindy, Yolanda, Marcia, Carolyn, Helen and Deb, Sherry and Gloria and Wendy and Debbie and Jincy. We got Marie and Angela and Madison and Joanne, Irene, Kimberly, Onita, Darlene, Amanda, and Bonnie. And Wendy's still here. Have I ever used a heat gun on low to dry it faster? Absolutely not. Hi, Lisa V. How you doing, honey? Oh, no, you didn't get the sales at Michael's? Oh, next time. I actually, can you guys see this? I actually have 2 huge crates of canvas right there. Hello. I also have my Mr. Nifty workshop going on over there. See that? So, I'm going to be putting the Mr. Nifties together to send out to you guys. That's okay, Lori. Hello, hello, sweetheart. Yolanda, I got you, baby. You were like the 4th one down. Lori was late to class. Lori was late to class. Okay. So, is this dry now? Dry enough. Okay. So, I'm going to take Tiny. Alright, I'm going to take Tiny. And I'm going to grab white paint. Okay? And you can have it kind of mushy on there. It's okay. You missed the last one. You're trying to... Oh, it didn't work out? That stinks, Lisa V. So, well, if you ever need any canvases, you know who to call. So, you can actually have it a little bit mushy on there, like bobbed up. It's okay. Alright? And I'm just going to turn around, and I'm going to get my hand in the motion of doing swirls. So I'm going to smush this way, and I'm going to smush that way. Okay? I'm going to smush this way and smush that way. And I just want to get my hand in the motion of doing like little swirly pieces. Okay? And you can make your rosettes as small or as big as you want them to be. It doesn't matter. Now I'm going to wipe my brush off, and I'm going to go, I need clean red, because my red has purple in it. Okay, so let me grab some clean red. And you can make your roses any color you want. They don't have to be pink and red. They can be yellow. Ooh, yellow would look so pretty. So pretty. I ordered, these ones I ordered from Michael's. So the 2 crates I just showed you, I got 11 by 14s because I have outdoor paint party I'm doing. I'm actually doing 3 shows in one day, and that's the reason I'm using the 11 by 14s. And I'm also having an open studio that day. It's a big, huge festival at the end of July. So that's why I ordered 11 by 14s, and then I get 16 by 20s. I ordered these from Michael's, but you guys want to know my companies that I order from? I order from Michael's. I order from dickblick.com. I order from Utrecht, U-T-R-E-C-H-T, Utrecht, whatever that word is. I order from there. I order from and Jerry's is another one. I order from Jerry's. And there's a couple more, but I can't remember them right now. So those are the ones that I order from. Okay, so red paint. And I'm going to do the swirl again. And you don't have to wait for it to be dry, because look, see that cool little piece I got right there? Joann's. Yep, Joann's is another one. Alice in Wonderland. Yes, Hobby Lobby's another one. See, there's a bunch of them. See that little white swirly piece I got right there? And I didn't even work for it. The trick is to leave it alone. So you want to do this while the white is still wet. And if you notice, I'm just doing the same motion with the brush. I'm doing the same motion with the brush. So I'm just doing these little swirls like that. And if your white dries, I can just throw white on my brush with the red. So the white's with the red now. I didn't smash it. It's all separated on my brush. And you can go in and add the white back in if it dries. So it's kind of like, it's almost like a one stroke because you have two colors on your brush at once, but you're using tiny, and it's not really a stroke. It's more of a swirl dab. All right, and then we're gonna give these a minute to dry. So how do you know what to buy, Lori? As far as canvas is concerned, well, there's a whole bunch of different sizes and shapes. And since you guys are beginners, you don't want to get into any of the professional stuff. Because the professional stuff, honestly, it has a thicker side to it. And it's called gallery wrapped. So it has like the sides gets thicker in size. See how this is a sorry, earthquake, but see, oh, hold on, I'm like I'm like knocking into everything to show you the side. See how that's thin? So when you get into professional stuff, the sides get thicker and thicker, but they're a lot of money. So, you know, I wouldn't suggest spending that kind of money on a gallery wrapped canvas where you guys are at the stage you're at. Because they can get really, really expensive. And buying in bulk, you can actually get stuff cheaper. So that's another one. Yeah, they can get really expensive. So you guys want to start off with the just the regular basic. I forget what width. Do you know what width these are, Lisa? It's like a finger. It's like a finger size. And so the more expensive ones, it's just the side gets thicker, and it's the way the canvas is wrapped around the back. Because they put like more of a support, and this is, here, I'll show you on this one. Okay, so that's the thin side, and then this is just wrapped around and stapled, see? On a gallery wrapped one, these sides get thicker and thicker, and then they wrap it around and they like tuck it, and then put support wood here. So it gets like fancy. But I wouldn't suggest getting those or spending the money on them at the stage of the game you guys are at. The area you paint on is the same though. Oh, like, yeah, Lori, the whole front part is exactly the same stuff. Thank you so much, Carolyn. Oh, no, again? Well, I only have one thing to show you, so we're good to go. All right, now I'm going to go to Mini Me. I'm not going to use a fluffy. I'm going to go to Mini Me. And, so I only have one thing left to show you guys. Is that better, everybody? So now I'm going to go into those purples again. And I'm going to grab white with the purple. So it's a lot lighter. And I'm just going to go in and... Is that better? Can you guys see me now? Can you see me now? Okay, so so now you just go in with Mini Me. All good? Okay, excellent. Whew. I know, right? It's telling me it's time to stop painting. Alright, so I'm going to go with Mini-Me to the lightest purple now. And what you want to do is you just want to, let me get you on the Wisteria. All you want to do is you're going to follow this piece draping down, and you're just going to put in these dabs here, there, not everywhere, and you're just going to bring it down. And yes, when the oils and then what you want to do is I turn around, and then I would grab a little bit of the darker purple again and kind of do a little bit in between these. So with the smaller brush, I'm doing the lighter purple, and then I'm grabbing the darker purple and kind of going in between these. And I kind of switch back and forth between the two. So I have the lighter purple on my brush, and I'm going to follow this curve, and I'm going to put dabs of the lighter purple. And the dark is still wet, so it's actually making these like darker dabs. So I'm going to grab the white now. Even though I wanted that to be the lighter purple, it turned dark because this purple was still wet. So now I'm going to go with the white and the purple, and I'm going to put in the dabs of the white and the purple. And like I said, you just want to follow down that shape, and you want to make it thinner as you go up. And if you wind up with an area that's a lot of the same color, just add your darker, just grab your darker purple, and you can kind of break it up. And since you're doing this with the small brush, you're not going to get a mushy mess. You're just going to get these really pretty little pieces. Okay, so I do it with the one color. I wipe my brush off, and I'm going to go back in with the other color purple. So basically, the three colors, the dark, the medium, and the light, you can play with as you're doing these little dabs to get the desired look that you want. Now I'm just grabbing the white, and I'm putting like really bright ones in here. So I just grabbed white paint, and I'm doing, see, you notice me, I'm dabbing and then leaving it alone, because you don't want it all to mush together. Alright, and that's how you would do the Wisteria with this painting. Okay, and then you could let this dry and really add some pops of white to it. So if you want to let it dry, you add some pops of white. But basically every purple that's on my palette right now, the darker one, the lighter one, the medium one, I'm just going in with my smaller brush and adding dabs of those colors. Right, so I started with the darker one, and now I'm going to go to the medium one. Whoop, and add some of these dabs in there. Okay, and then I'm going to wipe my brush off, and I'm going to go to the white and the lightest purple that I made. Like, it's really, really, really light. And I'm going to put in those little pops of the lighter petals. And this is like an awesome, fun zone out. These little Wisteria petal dangle thingies. And again, leave it alone, because you don't want it to get mushy. So if you take anything away from today and you're smushing, make sure you leave it alone. And the rosettes, all I did to the rosettes, the next step for the rosettes was I just grabbed red, and I grabbed some of that darker purple. So it's a really, really dark color. And then I just put in some little dark swipes in here. So, and then if you need to schmooze it, if you need to add some more of the lighter, the white with the red, you can add some more. So the trick is not to just plunk your brush into those colors. Don't dab it or mix it or anything. And you just do that little swirling motion with your hands, and then these pretty little things are going to come out. Okay, guys? So, we did it. Hello, Wisteria, Paris. We did it. We survived. We survived all sorts of things tonight. Right? We survived Big Boy being a bad boy. We survived doing the stoop not lined up with the building. We survived internet issues. We're like survivors tonight. We survived some, some difficult times together. So you guys are amazing. I love you 6,000%. And have a lot of fun with this. I definitely encourage going rogue. Add your little pieces to your buildings. Again, it's not that hard. You just follow the same angle that we set up initially. And then if you do these little cut corners, they're like little money corners, and it's not even working hard. And you wind up with it looking three-dimensional. Okay? And like I said, once you're done with that, I can't do it now because it's wet, but you just go in and you take your small little brush. Mr. Nifties are coming out. So tonight and last week's supporters, I'm getting them all set up. So I just take Nifty with some loose, thin black paint. And you can just go in and add your little twigs and everything else in there. So that is it. That's all you need to do. And like I said, if you wind up with a big mushy globby one, let it dry and put a branch over it. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining me tonight. And thank you so much for the support. Thank you so much for the stars. Venmo, PayPal, Cash App for support. Make sure I get your address if you send me more than $3 so I can send you Nifties. And next week is Nosy Gnome. What? So, Nosy Gnome and the fireworks. And if you don't like the gnome, you can just do the fireworks. If you don't like the fireworks, you can just do the gnome. But he's back. Nosy Gnome is back. Back for the attack. So, he's checking out the fireworks show in his red, white, and blue attire that he has going on there. So, he is back for the attack. And then the following week, we've got our beach houses. So, the following week is our beach houses. And we did all things beachy. We're going to do How-To Tuesday on textures and underpainting. So you guys will be all set for your beach houses. Thank you so much, Jinsey, for the well wishes for tomorrow. 6,000%. I got to load all the paintings in the car, but it's going to be a good day. So, got to get myself all set up for that. And, of course, it was an amazing Friday evening, guys. Y'all warmed my heart. And thanks for joining me. All right? So, I love you all. And have fun and go create, okay? Mwah. Good night, everybody. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Good night.